Will AI really replace 99% of project management roles by the end of 2025? It sounds a crazy question, right? But it is already replacing a lot of activities that project managers do. Admin tasks, repeatable activities. So let's dive in deep today to try and work out where is it actually being used, how if you are a project manager or someone doing project management as part of your role, you can make use of it, and what some of my top tips are. Before we jump into that though, I want to say one thing. Don't panic. This is not about making project management completely obsolete. It's about working out how you can supercharge your activities. Look, I'm Sam. I've worked in various forms of roles around project management for well over 10 years, typically in an agile setting, delivering digital products. And what I've found more than anything is this is about people skills. It's about working with individuals to work out what we're trying to achieve, what's the value of the thing we're trying to deliver, and how's the best way to get there. What can we help you with? So it's not about completely replacing that. That takes personal people skills, and that is something that is really hard to replace with an AI. However, there are some great tips out there and things that I'm already using and I know others are using as ways of utilizing AI to supercharge your efforts. So today I'm going to look at 5 key ways that you can use it in your day-to-day work. Tip number 1, automating meeting management and documentation. As project managers, we have a reputation for organising a lot of meetings, and that's one thing and a skill in of itself, how to organise, structure and lead a good discussion. But at the end of that, we will typically have to write up our notes, share out some actions and email people. However, this is easily repeatable through AI. I use Copilot in my work day to day, but there are a bunch of other tools that can also help you do this, and it can help with a number of different things. With AI, you can transcribe discussions in real time, identify who said what, extract action items automatically, and send out polished summaries. Let's take a scenario. You run a 90-minute steering committee. Now, normally you'd spend another hour writing up your notes and sending out different actions. But with AI, by the time you grab a quick coffee, the summary with owner tagged action items is already in your inbox. Look, this isn't just convenient, it's potentially going to save you hours of work. Tip number 2, accelerating your learning and mastering tools. One of the hardest parts of being a project manager is the fact that there's always new tools and new features that you need to keep up to date on. Let's take Excel, or maybe you're using tools like Jira, which I love, or MS Project or something else. Well, actually, this is a real opportunity for you to be able to ask for guidance on how to solve different problems with those tools. AI assistants like ChatGPT can act like a private tutor. For instance, you could ask it, show me how to create a dependency in MS Project, or write me the formula for earned value in Excel, or maybe set up an agile board in Jira step by step. Now, instead of hours of Googling or sitting through a 14-minute YouTube tutorial, you get instant contextualized help, and that cuts tool onboarding time down from hours to just minutes. Tip number 3, automating your emails or communication summaries. Can we get real for a second? A lot of project managers spend more time emailing than actually helping deliver software. It's a criticism, I get that, but it is true too. But now with a lot of these AI tools, you can actually automate a lot of your efforts here. If your company allows you to do it, there are a bunch of AI tools that can connect directly to your email inbox. Things like Copilot, Superhuman with AI, or ChatGPT. And what it can do is it can read through long threads. It can summarize decisions, blockers, and deadlines, and even generate quick status updates for leadership. So let's take an example. If your VP asks you, where are we on vendor approvals? Now, instead of digging through 60 emails, you just ask the AI, summarize vendor approval status from email. And the result can be a crisp 1-paragraph update that you can then paste into your report, maybe with a little bit of tweaking to make it accurate and personalized. Tip number 4, generating new visual content or training documentation. Have you ever been like me and found yourself on a Saturday morning creating some onboarding slides for a new joiner? Or maybe spending ages trying to get a visual right to explain a process that you've got in place? Well, good news is that you can sometimes create brilliant visuals using text as an input using some of these AI tools. In my company, we use Copilot a lot, and you can create quick decks with that in itself. But there are also some great AI tools on the market like Gamma AI and Napkin.ai who can handle a lot of this grind for you. And in those cases, you just paste in your workflow or notes, and then the AI generates a clean deck or diagram, and you just tweak the details and you're done. Let's take that scenario where you need to onboard a new dev team member into your agile process. Now, instead of slaving away in PowerPoint, you just drop your notes into Gamma, and under 10 minutes, you've got this slick branded training deck, which you just need to tweak to make sure it's correct. That's potentially hours saved and often a more professional result. Finally, tip number 5, helping you with your risk management and decision making. Here is where AI can help you be really strategic with your time. In the case of risk management, for instance, whenever I have started a new project, traditionally what I've done is I've got experts from different areas to come together in a session where we would capture our thoughts on the key assumptions, dependencies, and risks that we might face during the project delivery. That might be a few hours spent by different individuals really thinking about the different contexts as a starting point from a blank sheet of paper. But that is not how I would do it today. I would instead start by giving an AI the context of the project and helping it create a generic list of risks. And instead, then I would get the team to help refine that and add to that. That would save everyone a lot more time. Again, this is a great example of something you can do with AI tools like ChatGPT or Copilot. With them, you can generate a risk register from your project context, and then you can even rank each risk by probability or impact, and then suggest mitigation strategies and contingency plans. It's a great way of avoiding missing blind spots. And if you're using AI as a risk radar, you can still make the final call, but now you're making it faster and with more data. Those are all 5 genuine examples that I use in my day-to-day work, and I wouldn't have done a year or two ago. But the real question is, will AI replace 90% of project management roles? Actually, I don't think so. Perhaps it will save 99% of the grunt tasks that you have to do as a project manager, but it doesn't replace a lot of the core skills. How to lead stakeholders, how to guide people, get people to work together, and make sure that we are delivering real value on our projects. The fact is, those are all really human qualities. And if you want to stand out as someone that's in a project management role or some kind of capacity like that in this world of AI, that's what you need to lean into. Those human skills, helping drive people and get teams to work together. If, however, you are not utilizing some of these AI tools, you will get left behind. So if that's you, maybe you're brand new to using some of this kind of technology, I will set you a bit of a challenge. Why not in your next meeting, at least try to record the session and get a transcript and automate the process of writing up your meeting notes? That is as simple as it gets from my point of view. And it'll be a great way for you to try using these tools and get them working with you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did find it useful, I'd love it if you could like the video and maybe subscribe to my channel. You'll see on here I have been putting lots of videos out there of how to use AI tools and modern technology in your day-to-day work. So if that's interesting to you, why not give a subscribe? Beyond that, I'd love to hear how you're making use of AI tools, maybe for these scenarios or other ones as a project manager. So please leave some in the comments below and let's get a conversation going. Until next time, I'll catch you soon.